What's up, guys? This is Fresco Camco. So I'm doing this quick little audio file thing, whatever you want to call it, a rant or whatnot, a shout out for Dos Hermanos. That's a podcast I work on. But let's get into it. So first thing first, I want to do a quick shout out to this service. I guess you could call it a service similar to Netflix. It's a Marvel. It's Marvel Unlimited. Basically, what you're doing is you pay a monthly fee and you're able to read, you know, as many comics as you want in their files. But you pay $9.99, and yeah, it's a subscription. You pay it each month. You're able to read as many comics as you want. At the end of the subscription, you don't have access to the comics, similar to Netflix, Hulu, or whatever. You do have the option to buy the comics, but I think that's about $3.99 each. Similar to the Marvel Comics app. I don't know if that's still out or not. And you would pay, you know, $1.99 back in the day. I bought quite a few comics there. So, you know, nonetheless, I still own them, but I don't read them. So, nonetheless, this is a pretty cool app. I say app because you can get it from the Apple Store. I don't know if you can get it from the Android store or whatnot. I don't use those phones, so I don't know. You can also go online and use you know, website and whatnot, and, you know, Marvel Unlimited. But let's get into the story here, or the main thing of what I want to talk about. So I want to talk about Tony Stark, you know, aka Iron Man. You know, and just how he is as a character. He's a big Marvel character. Everyone knows him. There's no one, you know, that, you know, who doesn't know him based on the movies, the comics, the cartoons, whatever, toys, whatever, you know. But Tony Stark is a little bit of, you know, an asshole, in my opinion, at least. You know, this is nothing against Robert Downey Jr. at all. He does Iron Man, you know, pretty good in my opinion. But if you look at the comics, you know, in the beginning he was fine. He got into this accident. You know, when he was, you know, captive, he broke free, you know, and, you know, part of being captured, he got injured in his heart, and he had to wear the Iron Man suit, you know, to help him, you know, just stay alive. That's what it was there originally for. But nonetheless, but, you know, in the beginning he was good, or he was fine. You know, then he ran into incidents with alcoholism and whatnot, and, you know, he almost killed someone while wearing his armor. You know, but I believe Tony Stark has a pretty dark side to him in regards to Marvel characters. Yeah, and I know Spider-Man, you know, has had his bad times when he wore the symbiote and whatnot, but, you know, Spider-Man is a good guy, you know, at heart. But I mainly take that up from reading, you know, the Civil War comics, reading the Superior Iron Man comics. Obviously, I haven't read every single comic, but Tony Stark is an egotistical person, you know. He thinks very highly of himself. He's trying to make money, you know. He does suffer with being an alcoholic, you know, a little bit. Definitely suffers with being an alcoholic a little bit. But in Civil War, you know, he feels guilty for, you know, what he did in the past, being an alcoholic, you know, almost killing his person, or maybe he did, I don't quite remember. And, you know, with all the things that happened in the comic series in Civil War, he was like, okay, it's a good time that we go ahead and we, you know, register. Everyone needs to register to keep us safe, to keep us in check and whatnot. And him and the Illuminati, the Marvel Illuminati, agree to it. And that's like Black Bolt, Mr. Fantastic, Doctor Strange, Iron Man. Black Panther was at one point, but he disagreed with them, and Namor, but he disagreed at another point too, and even tried to kill Iron Man, you know, as part of the disagreement. But nonetheless, so the Illuminati agreed that they should do this and do the Registration Act and go forth with it, you know. And he went up against, you know, Captain America and whatnot, and he worked with Spider-Man in the beginning, and then Spider-Man was like, yeah, forget this, guys, I'm not doing this anymore. So then Tony Stark gave Spider-Man the Iron Spider suit, which basically, you know, unbeknownst to Spider-Man, he was able, Tony Stark was able to harness Spider-Man's spider sense, and in the end used against him to beat him, you know, when they were fighting. And early on, he gave Captain America this new shield, but unbeknownst to Captain America, he used the shield to basically take Captain America down and, you know, help him win the battle. You know, at the end, you know, Captain America was like, you know, forget this. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not fighting. I don't want to have any more casualties. We're done. So he gave himself up, and he got, you know, taken to, you know, arrested or whatnot. And then in the end, Captain America died. Tony felt guilty, and he's like, you know, and I quote, "It wasn't worth it." You know, after Captain America died, it wasn't worth it. So that's it on that. But, you know, he's not, I mean, he doesn't sound like a very good person. And Superior Iron Man, you know, don't know exactly what happened, but he became pretty dark. He made the Extremis version 3. He basically gave it to everyone in San Francisco, which basically made them look like Hollywood movie stars, made them almost immortal. You know, they just made them look young and whatnot, just upgraded their system. And he gave it away as free at first, you know, and they had it for a week, and then at the end of the week, free service, quote-unquote free service, he took it away and they had to pay $99. Everyone in San Francisco had to pay $99 in order to keep it. It made them go pretty criminal, you know, it made them start, like, pretty desperate, made them start basically going to crime and whatnot. And, yeah, it wasn't very good. In the end, Daredevil found out that Iron Man had secretly put the Extremis virus, well, that's what it is, Extremis virus, into the water supply in San Francisco. So everyone was taking it automatically. And then he basically charged them to turn the app on. That's what he did. He just turned an app on the phone, and it sent out a radio signal, and it activated the Extremis. Daredevil was like, that's illegal. You can go to jail for that. And at the end, you know, Iron Man, like, tried to get Daredevil on his side. So what he did is he gave Daredevil his sight back. Using the Extremis altered version of it, he gave Daredevil his sight back. Daredevil was like, oh my god, this is awesome. But he's like, fuck you. You know, this is not right still. You know, so Daredevil was really, you know, kind of happy about it. He went to go see Foggy for the first time and saw Foggy for the first time in his life. And then, you know, the eyesight went away because Daredevil would have to agree to Tony Stark's, Iron Man's, demands in order to keep it. So, that didn't work. And Iron Man was like, Daredevil was like, I'm still going to the cops. I'm still going to, you know, take you in. And then Iron Man basically altered his mind, gave him like a slight brain something, whatever, it's concussion or whatever, but made him forget all about the whole Extremis thing. Yeah, so to keep Iron Man secret, you know, Iron Man went to that, you know, lengths to injure Daredevil or whatever to make him forget. So, long story short, I mean, Iron Man is a Marvel hero, but he has some pretty dark sides to him. I mean, some pretty dark sides to him. And, you know, definitely comment or say what you want, you know, where this is, wherever I post this, but I mean, he is a Marvel character, he is a Marvel hero, he's in the Avengers team, but he's not very good. I mean, if they wanted to, they could make Iron Man be a Marvel villain, and it would make sense. It would definitely make sense. Like, an example, in the Civil War movie, he goes to that college thing and he gives everyone free funding. Iron Man in the comics would do that, but at the end of it, he would take control of all of those things that these people created because he funded the money, and he would use it against them to somehow make himself even more money. So, that's the end of my rant. Hope you enjoy it. Definitely check out the Marvel Unlimited app. It's awesome. You can read up on all the comics that you missed out over the years. I don't know how far back it goes, but it's a pretty cool app. I mean, it takes a little bit to find the comic you're looking for, because you could be Amazing Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man, Spider-Man, you know, there's all these different things, so you have to really search for the thing you want. But nonetheless, hope you enjoyed. Peace out.